One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Cats and Cosby on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
We have Melissa DeRosa, a former senior aide.
Melissa. She is one tough gal.
She's the best, absolutely. And I love tough women. Melissa, that's why I love you.
That's why I love you too, Rita. Right back at you.
Thank you.
How about me?
Yeah, what about John?
I mean, John, come on. You know how I feel. That's you, John.
We do.
Don't get me in trouble here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We both love John. We're vice presidents of his fan club, Melissa.
That's right. That's right.
Now, let's pick it up where we were talking about with Professor Dershowitz. I saw you were making some comments about Graham Platner, and you can't make this up. We haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. Hunter Biden came out and said, Graham Platner, show us your phone. And I thought maybe he was going to have some voice of reason at this point. And then he said, because once I see your phone with all your messages on this sexting app, people are going to realize that this is nothing unusual than what other people do. I mean, he's like, has the bar become so lowered that I guess maybe compared to Hunter Biden's phone, maybe Graham Platner's phone isn't so bad.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I saw Hunter Biden weighing in on this today, and it's like, you know what the Democratic Party doesn't need? To hear from Hunter Biden. Like, I don't know why he decided that he was going to become active on Twitter. I don't know why Gavin Newsom is giving him a platform going on his show. Hunter Biden, Mr. Laptop, Mr. Hookers and cocaine and children that he fathered and didn't acknowledge the existence of for years and years. Like, this is not a person that needs to be creating permission structures for other people like him to enter the public eye. So, yeah, I think Hunter Biden should be doing less right now, not more. We don't need to be hearing from Hunter Biden.
Judge Weinberg?
Melissa, I couldn't agree with you more. I think he could add in his mother as well, the bride of the former president. And her book tour.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, her book tour.
I mean, the Bidens are the gift that keep on giving.
Jill Biden. Oh, yeah. God. No, Lady Macbeth, exit stage right. It's like the Democratic Party just wants to move on from the dumpster fire that was 2024. And it's like we're in this hell that we can't escape for whatever reason. And then we find out that Joe Biden has a book coming out in September. So just in time, Democratic Party can relitigate the fact that everybody lied about Joe Biden's, potential mental capacity issues in the final years that he was in the White House and, jamming Kamala Harris onto the ticket without a primary process in the last minute and running one of the worst campaigns in history. And so, it's the Democratic Party is actually in a moment where they could be well positioned given inflation, oil prices, Iran, all these things, but we just can't get out of our own way. So this just continues to be part of that. But to go back, Rita, on the Graham Platner situation, I was one of the first Democrats to speak out against him.
Yep.
And the far left wing of my party lost their minds. I mean, the ad hominem attacks, how dare you vote blue no matter who. And then, a couple of days later, the sexting scandal erupts. And then a couple of days later, the Times story comes out about the mistreatment of the former girlfriends and that he lied about the Nazi tattoo. But, we're in so deep, the Democratic Party, especially these Bernie Sanders-backed candidates, everybody links arms, and if you step out of line and you criticize any of them, you get attacked and bullied, and they say that you're disloyal and none of these things should matter. Meanwhile, it's the same group of people who canceled people like Al Franken, who is a comedian and, who promoted all of these ridiculous things against other Democrats that they just didn't like because they weren't far left enough for them. So the selective application of outrage and all of this, it's like nobody has any ground to stand on anymore. It's just the whole thing is like, we've reached another level here, like what Professor Dershowitz was saying.
Yeah, I agree. Governor Patterson.
Melissa, what if the Democrats in Maine, in spite of what happened in that primary, let him know that they're not going to help him. They're not going to support him. They're not going to tolerate all of these different ways that he talks about people and that sort of thing. I guess at that point, you would think that the Republican Susan Collins is going to win, but maybe one of these days, somebody's going to have to take the fall so that the party can be reunited. Because right now, it's just, there's absolutely no rules and there are absolutely no ideas that seem to be anything more than repetition of previously unsuccessful conversation.
No, it's Governor, you're 100% right. And it's interesting. You know, I was on Fox News a couple of weeks ago and I was, debating Bernie Sanders' top advisor. And anytime I raised the merits of the problems with Graham Platner, the Nazi tattoo, previously saying women who, were raped have to take personal responsibility, just some of the most important things the man had said. The answer I got from
he said that in the interview?
Well, I was raising those as issues, and his response was just noun, verb, AIPAC, noun, verb, oligarch. It's like, they are programmed in this way where they don't care, and they say if you're criticizing Graham Platner, you must be part of AIPAC, you must be supporting AIPAC, as if there's any relevance to that in the conversation whatsoever. But this is the stark divide in the party, and the DSA is making a move to take over the Democratic Party. Don't kid yourself. That is the larger thing that's at play here, is that these extremist fringe left Democrats, who call themselves Democrats, but they're not even real Democrats. Bernie Sanders, by the way, is worth repeating, is not a registered Democrat. He's not, although he acts like he's the de facto head of the Democratic Party. He's coming to Brooklyn, I believe on the 18th, to stump for Zoran Mamdani's candidates who are running against people like Adriano Espaillat, who's the chair of the Hispanic caucus, has a 100% voting record, voting with Democrats, is a great representative for his district. And we've got Bernie Sanders coming into Chuck Schumer's backyard and Hakeem Jeffries' backyard, who are the leaders, to stump against the incumbents in New York City. Because this is about them taking over the party. That's what's really going on here. The divide in the party is splitting wide open, and moderate Democrats who actually care about delivering for working people, who actually have done the work over the years, are being marginalized and pushed out for these fringe Democrats that promote socialist and communist ideas that, to Governor Patterson's point, have failed everywhere they've been tried.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, did you see Ro Khanna, who is the guy who's been rallying with Platner? He's been the biggest apologist for him ever, I think, the guy from California. He took it to Schumer the other day, and because he was mad because Schumer originally supported Janet Mills, who is the governor. Well, now he's kind of come around and supporting Platner, or at least he's not slamming him. And that's not good enough for Ro Khanna. He's going and he's blasting Schumer, calling him weak, calling it, like, in other words, if you're not 110% with us, no matter how crazy our candidate is, you're against us. I mean, it's a mess.
No, it's a total mess. And I think Ro Khanna has his eye on 2028. I think he's going to try to run in the Bernie Sanders lane, which will be interesting when he tries to take that mantle. But no, Schumer is getting attacked on every which side. His approval numbers, I think, have never been lower. But, he wanted to win Maine. He thought that he picked a candidate that had a good shot at taking on Susan Collins. And, at the end of the day, yes, Platner won the primary, but he was running unopposed, essentially. The other candidates had dropped out, and he was running on his own, and he still got 70% of the vote. But my question is, that 30% that didn't vote with him, are they more moderate? Are they people who truly are not with him? And then we'll end up voting for Susan Collins, and then we lose what otherwise would have been a gettable seat because we ran somebody so reckless who hadn't been properly vetted, who everyone is now losing their credibility over defending in order to say, he's great and wonderful and he's moved on and we should all move on and be with him. So, the whole thing is a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Melissa DeRosa, thank you, honey. Have a great weekend. We love you. Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thanks for listening to Cats and Cosby with John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. You can hear Cats and Cosby weekdays at 5. It's the 5 o'clock show on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?